Kapil, I now want to spend a few minutes speaking about your observations as a collector, because you continue in that capacity. You started as one, but I know you continue to collect. Let's hear your perspective on what it takes to build a solid collection.
So I think, starting from what you told me many years back, Arvind, over a decade back, before I even started
I
investing.
before you make your point, I'm sorry to interject, but you're perhaps one of the few people. Like, I've had conversations with several hundred individuals over the past 20 years in a professional capacity, but you're perhaps the only one who's really retained it, Kapil. I have to say this.
No, no.
A lot of people have heard exactly the same things, but I've not seen it translated.
No, no, it needs to touch you. So it touched me, and that's why. So everybody's got a calling. So I think from building a collection, I think it's not about building a collection. Really, a lot of people go building a collection, which people like me, I like to buy, what I really like. Okay, and that's changed over the times. And also, I think there is a social responsibility and a moral responsibility I also have as an art. Patron, that to support art in a very big way. But again, Arvind, and people are busy. Let me make an admission here. I've never been to the Kochi Biennale. Everybody's told me 20 times. The wall has also covered the Kochi Biennale. But Arvind, every single time the Kochi Biennale happens, it's my daughter's birthday. Okay, on 13th December. They always try to do it 12 or something like that. Okay, so it's my daughter's birthday. I can't miss that. Okay, and I'm always busy because I've been a corporate guy. So I've never been there. But I sent Wall Art TV to come and they showed me 50 videos on the Kochi Biennale and they did 50 art interviews with artists on the first Kochi Biennale. Yeah.
Right.
So that's how we supported it. But and for me, I could just look at it and say, wow, fantastic, amazing. But I've never been. So sometimes you can't. You have to live with the constraints that you have, whether of time or whether of capital. But again, I think building a collection is very clear. You've got to see a practice. You've got to see why people get attracted to a practice. And I remember during all this, I took Drisika, my daughter, to also Art Basel. We were in Switzerland and we kind of timed the dates and we went to Art Basel, walked around. Fantastic. I've been to so many fairs personally. But amazing. And not bought anything from those fairs specifically, but just to see where the world is going to. And I think there's one of the things I like about the auction platform, Arvind, is because every artist wants to sell. And a couple of things we always kept it right was that we always pay artists within 30 days of sale. So that's a gallery value for us. That value cannot be violated. And 30 is maximum. So we are very clear about it. Yeah. And that's why artists also, we have a reputation that these guys will always pay on time. And so we always get best prices and whatever. And we kind of get best prices in the auctions also, which kind of help patrons and kind of make sure that artists and patrons both meet. But again, from a collection perspective, I still buy what I like, which is very different from what I used to like 5 years back. And I like works which kind of speak to me. But I also think that, Arvind, I've had the benefit of judgment of speaking to so many people. I spent 15 years now doing this actually. Yeah. So it evolves. I can do it myself, but it's like everybody cannot go into stock markets yourself. So why are mutual funds there? Or why are stock advisors there? So I think the best way for people, Arvind, is for people like you and maybe you, I think you should do a program which is saying initiation into contemporary art, walk 10 shows with me, walk 5 shows with me. And I've seen you do that at the India Art Fair. But to actually go through shows with you, and people should go through a small initiation into that and then basically start collecting. And it's as simple as that. And I always tell younger collectors, fix a limit and buy what you like. Okay, just buy what you like. Doesn't matter what the world thinks of it, because if you like it, it'll stay with you. And I still keep on looking at things. Means I love the Prabhakar Pachupati works in Experimenter, which are at In Touch right now. Although Pratik will not like it, but I think they are too exorbitantly priced. Okay, so again, as a gallery, you also need to think of the fact that your collector has to be with you from a longer term perspective. I don't think galleries understand the lifetime value of a customer. Yeah. And that's very important. No gallery understands the lifetime value of a customer. It's so transactional. I've sold one work to you, I'm done. Or I'll keep on selling to you till you keep on buying, and then I will never touch base with you again too.
Right.
Yeah. So people need to understand the lifetime value of a consumer and also making sure that consumers are able to acquire work at the right values.
Sure.
Just because our values have not been marked up. So one of the big things that happened in auction, we were able to go back to artists and said, okay, if you were selling at 100 rupees, can you start in the auction at a reserve price of, let's say, 40 rupees? If it sells over there, it sells over there. But but you will get the money within 15 days. In auctions, we are paying within 15 days, not even 30 days.
Right.
So, and a lot of artists did that, which also drove a lot of value for collectors, because collectors said, which is India Art Fair was 4 lakhs, so I'm getting it for 2 in the auction or 2.5 in the auction. Fantastic value. Yeah, and the artist is saying, but I'm sitting, I have no solo shows, I'm not meeting anybody. How do I sell? How do I sell on Zoom? So I think all the opportunities kind of came together. And similarly, that's my advice when you're collecting also. So until you really the experience, and you will develop it as you go and visit more shows. If you're a new collector, go and do Kochi Biennale. Maybe I don't need to do it right now because I've done so many fairs and so many exhibitions and whatever. But definitely you, before you start going into contemporary, and start with just one thing. Arvind, there are 5.1 million credit card holders in this country. Sorry, 51 million, 5 crore credit card holders in this country.
Right.
At least half of them can buy a work of art under 1 lakh rupees.
Of course.
Absolutely. Imagine what happens in India if 2 crore people start buying art.
Sure.
Or 1 crore people start buying art. Or 10 lakh people start buying art.
Sure.
What will happen? Our art world will be, or even 1 lakh people start buying art.
Sure.
The problem is there are less than, I think, 2,000 people who buy more than 2 works of art a year.
Sure, absolutely.
I think that's the problem. So I think till you solve the top of the funnel, you can't create for the bottom of the funnel. And that is where the initiation needs to happen. And that's the work that we are doing. And again, because we wanted to complete the funnel and we wanted you to be the first gallery to be buying your contemporary artwork from, that is why Art District 13 came, for the evolved collector. When you've grown up, it's like a school. You went to class 1, now you're in class 12. So Art District 13 was class 12, while Best College Art, different stages of it was class 1 to 11. So that's what we did finally.
Right.
And the day we decided to get very serious about it and I quit all my professional roles, we'll be the best gallery in the world. Okay. Till that time, everybody else can have a ball.